Oh boy, here we go. All right. So, Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings. This is actually a follow-up to a video I've made before. However, it's been a long time. Last time I analyzed this animation was at the preview, and the preview was cropped. It was too zoomed in. However, I will say that my analysis in that video still sticks, even though we have the full animation. However, I'm going to explain it more, but it's a really, really small thing. And like I usually do, I'm going to start with my overall thoughts, right? For those of you who just want to figure it out and go. I love this animation. It has the priorities in the right spot, and I'm going to describe to you why. However, it's linked to my criticisms from before. So there's really only one missing piece missing benefit and quality is the facial animations. That's not to say they're bad. We've just seen better, and this style has benefits that I do not believe are being tapped into at its full potential. And I think it has a lot to do with the models that they're using. So this is going to be like many of videos I've made in the past talking about these 3D models. So this is a keyframe that actually looks really, really good. However, it's because Shadow's face doesn't have any tension. It's the problem that I'm talking about only crops up when there's intensity necessary. So in my preview, right, one of the first scenes in my preview of this analysis, the first scene we see is Shadow being frustrated that he is essentially a failure to cure Maria, and then Maria consoles him. The intensity, we first see a close-up of a fist and his face, and honestly, the preview, it's almost like they chose their weakest qualities and started with showing those, honestly. Maybe they did that intentionally so that the resulting reaction would be the way it is, which is super impressed. So, hey, masterful gambit. However, intensity is harder to show with these models. I don't know if it's the animators, but look at Shadow's fists, right? That is a default stance, right? They're not tight. They're not clenched or anything. But when he is fighting earlier, he's talking to Rouge, and there's a part where he's in mid-battle with one of Eggman's robots. It's about to start right now, I believe. And as Shadow is countering some of the attacks, I want to make sure I don't miss it. Shadow's hand does not look any different in shape and, I guess, angles than when he is simply just standing there. It's almost like his glove is padded. I think I actually missed a moment. It's almost like his glove is padded and isn't thin enough to show the intensity. And the same thing is true with the mouths. I think it's about to come up, but it's just something. Yes, here it is. So it's just something that makes the characters look a little less alive, and it's really only noticeable because of how living and oh, here we go. I think it's coming up. Yes. Okay. So it's sitting there, and you want to feel the power, but behind Shadow and the impact of the robot, the same way that those special effects are showing the intensity. But like every piece of media or any art form, everything comes together. Now, I will say, what I'm talking about is a very small detail. I'm thinking about larger scale, though, right? Because this is stuff I want to see in the games, too, with the actual 3D models. However, because this style has more simple coloring, and it has like almost a hand-drawn look to it, it means that they can draw over these and add those qualities despite the limitations of the models they're using. You can even see that in this frame too. That mouth is drawn on. That mouth style does not look like the mouth style you'll see in Shadow Generations. It's modeled differently. It opens differently. The teeth are aligned differently. That is drawn on. What I'm simply talking about is that drawn on detail looks very, very tacked on and loose. Whereas in things like the Knuckles prologue, actually, I don't need to show you guys it this time because I did it in the last part, so check that out if you want to. But the hand intensity and the facial intensity is part of what sells the drama, that first scene, right? Shadow's frustration. Why am I not the cure? That intensity is important. The way it appears now, it's like they're wearing winter gloves. You lose all of that. And that, I mean, look at how big their hands are and their faces. They're designed to emote. They are very prominent features. it is a small detail, and these are the right priorities in movement because they're more about movement than anything else. However, look at these characters. They got giant hands and faces. So I'm just hoping in the future there's more attention to detail in those aspects, because if it's paired with this, I will struggle to see in the area of improvement after that. So what I'm basically saying is we are so close. Like, I am in disbelief. Hey, it's a Sonic ad. But anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Peace.